Hey, it's nice to have you back here. In this new video, just got a new camera, the SONY ZV-E1. Now I can create a YouTube video without a light. Actually, now my face has been lit up by my laptop. I don't have to use any ambient light anymore because now I can record at the ISO of 12,800, the native dual ISO from this amazing camera. In this video, we're going to talk about a major update about the RICOH THETA X, which will literally improve the overall experience about this 360 camera and definitely alleviate the level of this current model. Well, before we really get started, just want to show you what on earth has been updated about this camera. So just go to the theta360.com. Well, in the latest firmware, RICOH has secretly updated firmware. The latest firmware about the RICOH THETA X is 2.0.0. So this is actually a major firmware because the previous firmware is 1.31. And in the latest firmware, let's see what has been added, what has been improved about this camera. The firmware is around 64 megabytes, and you can wirelessly download to your THETA X with the wireless Wi-Fi network and just start updating without your app or without your phone. Let's take it out. Altogether, there are several major improvements. Number one, the camera service temperature at which thermal shutdown occurs has been changed. The thermal threshold has been leveled up, so it is now not that easy to thermal shutdown for this camera. This change significantly extends the operating time of the camera. The camera will be hotter than before, so do not touch the camera for a long time while the high temperature caution mark is displayed to avoid burns. This is quite interesting. So this indicates that the circuit board inside the THETA X could definitely work at a higher temperature level. So even if the camera gets hotter, it still works normally and it will not thermal shut down. It records at the maximum performance. But this is not a user-defined value. It's actually been set in the firmware that users just cannot change by themselves. And also there are some markers. The marker number 1, this change applies to the camera with a serial number beginning with a YR11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. The THETA model in my hands actually has a serial number beginning with the YR11. That's maybe the first batch of this unit, back in the year 2022. So I'm now updating. Actually, I'm now updating the firmware. Take a look. I'm now updating my firmware. It's almost done. I just can't wait to test it out. And high temperature caution mark, just like a rectangle with a yellow background and some hot gas leviate from the camera body. So after the firmware update, there's something that is before and after comparison. When we capture 8K 2 FPS, it literally used to capture blue lines for the street view use cases. So before and after, before the change, you can literally capture approximate at 45 minutes. And after the change, with battery, you can record at a maximum 1 hour. After 1 hour, the battery will definitely die. And without battery, once you external input a power delivery, a power adapter, and if you turn on the wireless connection, you can record 24 hours. So before and after, before that it is 25 minutes, but after the change you can record up to 24 hours. This is pretty insane. It is a major improvement. And for the video shooting at 4K to 30 FPS, now before and after, before 20 minutes, after 40 minutes, and with a power delivery external input, before 10 minutes, after 24 hours. This is a huge improvement. But one thing I have to notice that if you won't ever record video with 8K or 4K or 5.7K, you have to turn off this wireless connection. Turn off the wireless LAN. But when you externally input a power delivery power adapter, you can actually turn the wireless on, and you don't have to worry about the thermal shutdown anymore. So to speak, the best way to use the THETA X in long-term recording is to externally power via a USB PD power adapter without a battery. So how to externally connect with the power delivery, I have ever shown you in my in-depth review about this camera. Okay, now my firmware 2.0 has been updated. Update has been complete. Next one for this live stream, THETA X is also a very powerful camera for live streaming. For live stream in 4K resolution, in 4K 30 FPS, without battery, with the USB power delivery power supply, and turn off the Wi-Fi connection. So before, it is approximately 25 minutes before thermal shutdown. But after change, you can actually live stream up to 24 hours. So who will perform the live stream for 24 hours? I just don't know. So after the major firmware update, this has been confirmed that it is definitely usable and is definitely a killer feature for this camera to perform long-term recording with externally power delivery adapter. Boom, this is actually a great update. And so there's also the mark number 3, use a power delivery compatible USB cable to connect the camera to the power supply, because once you have connect a cable that is not compatible with USB power delivery, the THETA X just will not turn on, so to speak. So once you have worked normally with the PD power supply externally, that is say you have a both correct adapter and a correct cable at the same time. And the mark number 4, you can see that there's a marker number 4, video. So there's a limit to the length of video that can be recorded per shooting. To record video continuously, start shooting again when video length reaches the limit. That is to say, this cannot record 24 hours, but they have been separated into different sections. And once the camera stops recording, you have to manually press and record again and again. But that never mind, you can record whatever you want, and it could record up to 24 hours. It's pretty unique. And number 5, RICOH also has a separate article showing you how to perform 360 live stream with the camera and their accessories. So here is the article. Well, want to give you a basic sketch up. Try 360 live stream. This is on RICOH 360 blog. It's also been well written and in great detail. Live stream with THETA X. There's a 360 live stream with THETA X and Z1 as well, but THETA X is even more powerful in live stream. And what do you need to perform a live stream directly with THETA? Well, we're gonna need is a PC or tripod, OBS software, or the RICOH CUVC driver for free. It is required for Windows, but it's driver free for Mac. And for detailed instruction, you can also refer to the official video that be introduced by RICOH. And you also need the extension adapter and a USB-C adapter and a cable as well. That's very simple. Just as simple as easy as pie. Just like this guy that perform live stream, mini tripod, extension, Type-C port, and adapter. Well, streaming with THETA X, be sure to use the latest firmware, and you can live stream up to 4K 30 FPS. And the duration after this latest firmware can live stream up to 24 hours. THETA X can continue this stream at 4K resolution up to 25 minutes, but by updating the latest firmware, the 2K resolution can be selected live stream software, which allows the longer transmission time up to 24 hours. It's a new feature. And in OBS software, you also get to switch back in between 4K or 2K resolution. In stitching in real time, and transform the video with UVC protocol. And this is something that with the battery, the ZV-E1, with or without battery, and some spec sheet, just take a further investigation by yourself. As that is to say, this RICOH has THETA X. It's never been so powerful in the 360 live stream use scenarios. Well, definitely check this article out. I will also put it down in my description. Okay, so the continuous operation time is guided based on RICOH measurement methods and differs according to usage conditions. And this feature number one. The feature number one is greatly improve this long-term stability, long-term live recording for this camera, which I believe it is one of the greatest update that ever happened on the THETA X. Second one, the second new feature is now possible to turn off the top-bottom correction in the USB live stream as well. So to speak, once you have placed your camera in the best horizon line, you don't have to use top-bottom correction. You don't have to rely on the real-time stabilization. So this is extremely useful when you perform 360 live stream in the fixed position. But when you want to perform live stream while walking with the camera, just turn on top-bottom correction. So RICOH call it top-bottom correction, which indicates it's equivalent as flow state stabilization or super steady or hyper smooth. The same. It is a stabilization with the electrical sensors. There's feature number three. The design of some icon and the system bar displayed on the top of the camera LCD panel has been changed. It's a minor change on the icons about this whole interface. To say, take a look. This remain battery life. I mean, if you take a look, you should notice that this one, the remain battery life are now being redrawn. That was the icon and the remaining digital numbers at the same time. Take a look. This is the new numbers. And you also get to see some new icons at the top of the scroll down menu. And the number four is some bug fixes, which you just don't know what has happened to this camera, but it definitely makes this camera more reliable and robust. And number five is some exclusive firmware upgrade for the third-party developers. See here, you can see the change on the github.com. You can see the updated THETA API spec has been improved and make it more functional, more accessible for the third-party developers. Because this camera can be customized into your scenarios. That definitely take the full advantage of this existing hardware software potential. This is the THETA X firmware upgrade. I mean, the RICOH has updated the web API, the USB API, the plugins, as well as the three functions. Well, take a look. This all the three icons, this web API, the USB API, and plugin. These three functions has been improved, that's been adapted to the customers. I mean, take this web API for example. There's new parameters. The Mac recordable time now has a new option for the 120 minutes. The settings on 5.7K and 8K different frame rate. And also there is more options. I mean, there's more options, more update. If you are familiar with the THETA API, just take a look at this update by yourself. The next one, let's take a look. Yes, that is the previous firmware, is 1.41. So if you are ever a THETA X user, I mean, definitely get your hands on the latest firmware and start to squeeze out your THETA X right now. Well, guys, that is a basic recap about the 2.0 firmware update on THETA X. I do hope you can learn something about this camera, and this video will definitely help you guide through this latest firmware and definitely improve the experience about the camera and the users. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to thumb up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Well, if you want to know more about the THETA X, you can refer to my previous video in my previous sections. So talk to you soon. Bye.